Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. It is my very late week 14 update. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you'll know that I am on my weight loss journey. I am on Mounjaro, which is the GLP-1 for the treatment of obesity in the UK. So yeah, Mounjaro is exactly the same as Zepbound, tirzepatide, and welcome. I should have had this uploaded a few days ago, so I do apologise for it being so late. Quite a few of you have been messaging and asking, like, are you going to be doing your update this week? Yes, it's just been so busy. Obviously, we've been in Scotland the week before, came back, I had a few things to do, then we were away for a couple of days at friends, then I've had viewings on the house, so it's just been trying to grab a minute to film, but I'm really apologetic. I'm so sorry it's late, but we're here, better late than never. And so I'm going to share with you what my weigh-in results were for the week from Tuesday the 20th of August through to Monday the 26th. My weigh day was then Tuesday the 27th, so yeah, a few days ago now, but we'll get you all caught up, and then we'll be ready for week 15 in a few days. So let me just give you a little bit of background for those of you that are new. My name is Marcia, I'm 53 years old, I live in North Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. I started my Mounjaro journey on May the 21st. That's when I had my very first injection, and I have had 4 doses of 2.5 milligrams, and then I had 5 weeks at 5 milligrams, and then this is now currently 5 weeks of 7.5 milligrams. So I'm kind of like, so far I've been just stepping up with each pen and seeing how things are going, but things have been going so well. I'll give you my starting details, and I will pop in some information here. Before I do that though, just if you are new, I do have 2 different playlists. If you're really interested in sort of seeing what I do, what my updates are, what I'm kind of eating and things. So I've got one playlist called GLP-1 Diaries. In there I have my weekly updates, which are these, which are just like side effects, weigh-ins, and then looking at like the analytics from the RENPHO app, like all the different biometrics. And I have my monthly updates in there as well, which focus more on non-scale victories, trying clothes on, body measurements, that type of thing. And then if you go over to my weight loss and fitness journey playlist, on there I have got all of those videos plus my daily vlogs. And in my daily vlogs, they're just kind of like a day in the life, so I upload every single day, and in there you'll have everything I've eaten along with the calorie breakdown and protein breakdown and everything for each meal, and just things I'm doing, any side effects I'm having like in the moment, and just kind of like anything else that I'm up to, just kind of just following me around. And it's just very informal and just sort of chit chatty. So yeah, they're all linked in the description box down below, along with the scales that I use, any other sort of products and things that I use as well. So yeah, everything's down there. Go have a little mooch whilst you're watching the video or afterwards. So yeah, I started my injection on May the 21st. My starting weight was 13 stone, 12.8 pounds, which is 194.8 pounds, 88.36 kilograms, and my BMI was 32.4. Just for reference, I'm 5'5", which is 165 centimeters. And yeah, I've been absolutely loving Mounjaro. I really think it is an incredible drug, and it's life-changing, and it's just, honestly, I think it's fabulous. I've had very few serious side effects, really, the odd minor thing, but nothing massive. So let's get on with this. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll just have a little chat about any side effects I've had. We'll have a look at like my nutrition for the week. So I'm going to be starting to include like my average calories for the 7 days, my average protein, the average fiber, and average carbs, and then I'll work out like how many grams of protein per kilo I've had, just to sort of see if like my protein is affecting my weight loss, if it's speeding it up, if it's helping reduce any side effects or anything, or you know, if I'm getting good weight losses or not, if there's like a correlation between the two. So yeah, I just thought it'd be quite interesting just to see if on some weeks I'm having better weeks than others, I can look back and see, oh yeah, that's because of that maybe. So yeah, I will pop like little screenshots and things in just to, so you've got a visual to look at as well. Fine, so let's have a little look first of all. So side effects and injection days. So I normally have my injection days on a Monday and I weigh in on a Tuesday. Now I did travel to Scotland on the Monday, so I took my injection the day earlier. So my injection date was actually Sunday the 18th instead of Monday the 19th, and that was 7.5 milligrams as I've mentioned already. Then travelled up to Scotland all day on the Monday, and I did take a packed lunch with me, and so it was like lots of sandwiches and things, and I had some lentil crisps, stuff like that. Everything's in my vlogs if you want to go see that, but it was a very carb heavy day. I did weigh in Scotland, and that was obviously week 13's update. And then sort of like moving forward there, I had, on the Wednesday, I had the most horrific diarrhea, and I'm not really sure why. I'd not had anything untoward to eat. I'd had like a salad when I'd been out, and literally within about half an hour of eating this ham salad, I had awful diarrhea symptoms. And I did take some Imodium, which kind of did the trick and did work, but it just kind of came out the blue. So whether it was a delayed thing from traveling, because I'd had quite a lot of carbs, I don't know, but I'd had like a healthy breakfast. I'd had like my skyr and berries for breakfast that day. I'd chosen a ham salad for my lunch whilst we were out, so I'd not had anything fatty or you know, I'm at a loss, no idea. But anyway, like the rest of the week, really no real side effects at all. My bowels then decided just to go on strike because I'd had my Imodium, and so yeah, for the rest of the week, whilst I was away in Scotland, there was like no further bowel movements, which to be honest was probably a bit of a blessing, because I don't want to be out and then have like awful diarrhea, because my God, when you get it like that, when you need to go, you need to go. And it was like too much information. I actually slept really well whilst I was in Scotland, and I have to say, I think for that week, I tended to be in bed by like 10 o'clock, which is like unheard of for me. So I had a lot of sleep, and I did sleep relatively pretty well, with the exception of the Sunday night before travelling home. I had a really poor sleep, but then other than that, not an awful lot. And I just didn't have my bowels open at all. Small bowel movement on the Monday, the 26th, so the day before weigh day, but nothing remarkable. And then I got home, had my injection for like the start of week 15, and then got weighed on the Tuesday morning. So really a quite uneventful week, with the exception of the diarrhea, which is an unusual side effect for me. My bowels are normally fairly okay. So those were my side effects for the week. What should we do now? Let's have a look at the what my nutrition was, and then we can go on and see what my weigh-in results were. So for the week I was away, so from, what did I say? So from Tuesday the 20th of August through to Monday the 26th, my average, I can't speak. Here are my average calories and everything else. So yeah, I'll pop a little bit of information here so you can see that. So yeah, my average calories were 1,165. So I think that's probably still a little bit low. This is something I am working on. But yeah, 1165 was my average daily calorie intake. Protein was just really dreadful for the week I was away. I'm normally much better. Like the week before, I was so good. I had over 100 grams averaging per day. This week I had 63.6 grams, which was so bad. I'd taken my collagen with me, but I think I only had it a couple of times. I'd taken my Clear Away with me. Didn't have it at all whilst I was there. I'm just not really sure why I didn't work a bit harder at my protein. I just don't know, it's very odd. My fibre average was only 10.2 grams of fibre per day, and my carbs were pretty high at 136.6 grams. So what I've done, I've calculated protein per grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and they sort of say, don't they, that 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram is like the bare minimum you should be having, and trying to get up to about 1.6, you know, if you can, which would be like amazing. But so all I've done, I've taken my weight in kilograms, which I won't tell you just yet because I'm not telling you my weight, but I've taken my weight in kilograms and divided that by my average protein intake. And it came up though at 1.17 grams of protein per kilogram. So even though it looked bad at 63.6, actually it wasn't too bad. I was still getting quite a bit in for my body weight, because obviously as I get smaller in size and things, I require less protein for my body. Cool, right, that's a wee bit rambly, but I'm kind of working out where to put this bit of information, so I think it's important if we look at what I've got there, and then we can go on and do the weigh-in. So let me get my iPad, have a little drink. Still got my Pepsi, but it's only my first one today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a screen recording, and then we can share this together and have a look. And let me open this up here. So I got on the scales on Tuesday morning after I got home. So I want to say first of all as well, I meant to mention this in like a little bit of history of the week, that we travelled home on the Monday. So the day before weigh-in, we travelled back from Scotland, and we had a terrible journey home. There were road closures, diversions, and it took us 9 hours to get back. So I was very poorly hydrated that day. I did take packed lunches with us. So again, we were quite carb heavy with like sandwiches and things. And I did stop and have a Costa. I had a hot chocolate as well, which was like amazing. And we had a McDonald's tea on the way back. Oh, it's all coming out now, which I've sort of shared in my daily vlogs. But I had chicken selects and a few fries, and yeah, so I mean, it was what it was. It was really late, and it'd been the end of such a long day. So that being said, that's where we were. And so of course, what do you want to do the very first morning when you get home after traveling and not drinking well and having a McDonald's, which was 3 months since I'd had a McDonald's? The last thing you want to do is get on the scales. But get on the scales I did, and guys, I feel slightly gutted. Really, if I'm honest, I am gutted, but it's fine. I've had my first weight gain of my journey, and initially I was just really sad about it. However, I have sat and reflected on it, and actually it's okay. So yeah, I have gained 1 pound this week. So my weight now is 11 stone. 11.1 pounds, so it's all the ones. I'll tell you what that is in pounds and kilos. So it's 165.1 pound, and it's 74.9 kilos. So I've gone up about half a kilo, yeah, and up 1 pound, and my BMI is now 27.5. It was 27.3. So obviously I'm sad because it is my first weight gain in all these weeks, but actually I can look at it and think, well, I've had a lot of carbs, I'd been traveling the day before, I'd not been properly hydrated, I'd had takeaway, so there's probably a lot more salt and things in there, so I was probably holding on to what little fluid that I had as well. So I'm fine with it. I think there's lots of reasons for that gain, and I expect it just to be a fleeting thing, sort of very transient, and I am expecting on my next weigh-in for that to be gone and a bit more, all going well. But you know, it's real life, things happen, and it's absolutely fine. So looking at my scales there, so yeah, you can see there I'm 11 stone, 11.1 pounds, and yes, I've gained 1 pound. BMI is up by 0.2. Body fat up by 0.1. How rude. Scrolling down here, I have got all the things that the scales measure, as you can see. And then if we click on the details, what we can do is have a little quick look at how that all is on the little slidey scale for each of the biometrics. So it says here 7 of my statistics are not up to standard, and 6 do meet the standard. So I think that's the same as last week. So my weight is sort of pretty much in the middle of the overweight category. Once I get down to 10 stone 10, then that'll be a normal weight for like my height and things. So literally I've just got just over a stone to lose, like 15 pounds, and I'll be there. So I'm like really well on my way now. I'm feeling absolutely fine about that. My BMI smack bang again in the middle of the overweight section. I was really pleased last week because I was closer to being like a normal BMI compared to the obesity, but at least I'm still smack bang in the middle and I'm not closer to the obesity bit now, so I can kind of deal with that. It's all right. Body fat is still up in the red zone there. Yeah, we'll work on that. My subcutaneous fat is still high. Body water, so I'm still not fully hydrated at all yet. I still need to work a bit harder, and I think I expected that after the weekend. No, I hadn't drank normally. I was very poor with like my juice and things like that, so yeah, that's acceptable. I can accept that. My skeletal muscle is 36.7%, which it says is low. My metabolic age is 58. Looking here, my visceral fat, that's still good. I'm still in the acceptable range there, so I am really pleased about that. That's the fat around your organs. My muscle mass is adequate. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with my muscle mass. Bone mass is good. My protein is standard, and then my basal metabolic rate is standard as well, so that's fine. What we'll do now is we can just look down at the where am I? Let's look at the trends at the bottom. So click that, and then here what we can do is have a little look. Let me just sort this out. I can't get it all in now because I'm crossing over the different ways that it sort of tracks it, so you can do weekly, monthly, 3 monthly, or year. So I'll have it set at the 3 monthly because you kind of get the general picture there. Oh, I've just knocked it off. There we go. So from my weight, you can see it's been a lovely downward trend, and then now it just sort of flicks up a little bit at the end bit there. But it says I'm kind of losing a weekly rate of 1.8 pounds a week, which I think is pretty decent, so that's okay. My BMI, it says my weekly rate of it's coming down, averaging is 0.3. So again, just that little blip at the end, but hey ho, I think this is going to be on all of them. We're just going to see little blips all the way. The body fat, again, you can see generally it's like coming down fairly well. It's still coming down as an average of 0.2% a week. Fat-free body weight, again, it's coming down 0.7 pounds a week. Subcutaneous fat coming down 0.2% a week. Visceral fat, like the highest, if you look at that was up at 14. I'm down at 10. I'm so pleased with this. This is, for me, is really important. This is about my health, this one. But yeah, it's a weekly rate of 0.3. I mean, I think it's gonna be hard now to get this much lower. I think it'll probably come maybe another 1 or 2 once I reach my target, but I'm absolutely fine with that. It's in a healthy range. My hydration, I had been improving on my hydration, as you can see, but here it is just gone backwards. So I'm not surprised. As I mentioned, all the other things, I hadn't drunk very well. I'd been traveling as well, plus I'd had a takeaway the night before, so I'm expecting all of those things. Let's just see, hopefully, if it's going to be a bit better next week. Skeletal muscle, so this is the first time this has dropped back as well, and again, I don't know if it's just to do with hydration as well, and how the scales sort of come up with the numbers. However, I did do one lot of exercise whilst I was away, just to try and make sure I did something. But we'll just keep working, get back in the gym, doing some weights. It's fine. Muscle mass there, though, it says like has increased. So these are absolutely backwards sometimes. Bone mass is the same. My protein has stayed the same. And then my basal metabolic rate actually has improved, which I find bizarre. But there we go. So absolutely fine. And then we'll just have a little look. I'm just trying to go through that quite quickly. I think it's nice just to see the graphs, but I don't need to labour the points too much. What I will do here where it says the 20th of August, and actually we'll have a look here. I've got in there my target weight. I've set it as 10 stone for my target. So it says I still need to lose, everything's all the ones. I love this. I'm 11 stone, 11.1 pounds, and I still need to lose 1 stone, 11.1 pounds. So it's literally like ones across the board. That's so bizarre. My target body fat I put down as 32%, so I still need to lose virtually 5% body fat to reach that target. And that target is literally just the like the adequate, like the the sort of like the maximum body fat that is classed as being okay. So once I get in there, we can reassess the situation. And then underneath here where it says the 20th of August, obviously that is the weeks before. So if we click on that, we can then just compare last week's to this week's, just so we've got a bit of a visual going on. So yeah, just running down things really quickly there. So the weight has gone up by £1, my BMI has gone up by 0.2, body fat up by 0.1%, fat-free body weight up by 0.4 of a pound, subcutaneous fat up 0.1%, visceral fat has remained the same, body water has gone down 0.1%, skeletal muscle has gone down 0.1%, muscle mass is up 0.4 of a pound, bone mass is the same, protein's the same. So all in all, not dreadful at all. So let me just stop this recording. There we go. So looking at the week ahead, obviously the day before weigh day I'd had my next injection, so week 15 is going to be on 7.5 milligrams as well. So what I'm wanting is just to sort of try and increase the protein again, to get that back up to like a better amount, really trying to aim for 100 grams of protein a day. And as I lose weight, that will then mean that the amount of grams per kilogram will actually be going up. So I'll be continuing to sort of like fuel my muscles a little bit more, hopefully. I think that makes sense. I really want to get exercising a bit more again, get back doing my weights, and just sort of working on my hydration, my protein, and my strength training. I think that's really where I want to be. But all in all, I'm going to accept the small gain on the chin. There's nothing else I can do about it. That's life. And I understand why that's happened. And I think it's looking at the bigger picture from sort of start to finish. And I've still am doing incredibly well. I am really, really happy with how things are going. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Do let me know how you've got on this week, what, you know, how you've got on, if you've lost, if you've gained, if you've stayed the same, if you've had any side effects, or if you've had any side effects but you've found a way around sort of reducing them to make yourself feel a bit better, because I'm sure that lots of people are having side effects as well, and I may be struggling a little bit. So if you are struggling with them, please do let us know down below, because somebody may have something that you could try which maybe sort of help to reduce that. And because like it is a brilliant drug, and I think it's really important that we just sort of try and support each other and help out where we can. But yeah, that is it. So I'd like to say thank you to all of you who have watched this, who have commented, and I just wish you all a really successful week for the week ahead. I will plan to I'm going to try and film my video, I think either Tuesday or Wednesday, just so it's a bit more current, because once it gets like today, because it's 5 days after my weigh day, it starts to become a bit muddled, and I don't want to be thinking about what's happened to me this week. So I will try and upload my weekly updates a bit more timely. I am going to be filming my 100 days Q&A. I have got a post on my community post if you want to ask any questions yet, so I've still not filmed that, so please feel free to ask anything at all. It could be to do with my weight loss journey, or just about me, just if there's something that a burning question that you want the answer to, by all means. I don't have to answer it, do I? But you can feel free to ask me absolutely anything, and I'll I can't wait to sort of read all the questions. There's been quite a lot posted on there, so I'll be filming that this week as well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much. Take care. I will see you all again very, very soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do click the subscribe button. I'd love to have you join me here. And then if you click the little bell, click the notifications all button, and then you'll be alerted every time I upload, which is every single day. So make sure you come back and just check it out. And then take care. I'll see you all again very soon. Ramble, ramble. Mwah. Bye.